we are worth giving. Why can't I give some to you? Say, well, skies are gray and you say they are blue. I'll sit the sun shining through. Yes, sir. I want to be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too. Everybody. Now I want to be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too. You know that life is really worth living when we are first given. Why can't I give some to you? When skies are gray and you say you are blue, I'll send the sun shining through. Yeah, I wanna be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too. So smile, son, you smile. Is everybody happy? Yeah, I know we are, and we're all here for the same reason. To party and have a great time. So right now, I'd like to explain this act to you, but it's kind of difficult. I don't know if it's a genetic thing or if I'm a product of my environment, but when I was growing up, I always listened to my mother and father sing and playing the radio, and I just loved the songs of the 1920s, the 1930s, and the 1940s. And I just loved those excellent entertainers of that time. And so that's what this is all about. And why wait till the end of the show to introduce the musicians who you're going to enjoy? And isn't it fun to have live entertainment, live music, not recorded music? I thought you'd appreciate that. They are live, right? Yeah. And to my right, I have the intellect, the intelligent, the wise, the astute professor. He played with Xavier Cugat's band, Bob DeBenedette. Yeah, these aren't just your ordinary pickup musicians. These are really fine, talented gentlemen. And we have, playing the trombone, the dashing, the debonair, the only eligible bachelor on stage, ladies, Mr. Charlie Aceto. On the drums, we have this shy guy. When I first met him, it's really difficult to talk to him because I said the word intersection and he blushed. You have to be really careful. But he's really fun once you get to know him. He is a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, he wasn't always a musician. Before this, he was one of those doctors that doesn't remember your face. He was a proctologist. But he's retired from that now, but it's very handy to have him here. You never know when you're going to need a doctor. And his name is Tubby Tabello. Did I mention that Charlie Aceto played with Tommy Dorsey's orchestra? I think I'd forgotten that. And Tubby has played with all of the finest funeral orchestras across the country. My name is Betty Comora, and I have a good time with this. I just love to see happy faces, and we're starting off that way. Let's see if we can maintain that mood. How about taking a little trip with me down to the memory lane of advertising, as Fanny Bryce might have done. I want a man that I can squeeze, that I can tease, that I can please. 2 or 3 or 4 or more. What are those fools waiting for? Well, I want love. I want kissing. You know, I want some more of what I'm missing. Well, nobody's knocking at my front door. Oh, what do they think my knocker's for? If they don't come soon, there won't be any more. What can the matter be? Well, I wash my clothes with Lux. My etiquette's the best. You know, I spend my hard-earned bucks on what those ads suggest. Oh, what can the matter be? Nobody makes a pass at me. I use Pond's on my skin. I ride crisp, I got thin. Hey, I'm getting my culture and I'm reading Gone with the Wind. Hey, and what can the matter be? Nobody makes a pass at me. Dear Beatrice Fairfax, give me the bare facts. How do you make them fall? will it be any use to me at all? You know, I sprinkle on a dab of fragrance de l'amour. The ad says the bottle's rash, my bottle's poor. Oh, what can a matter be? Nobody makes a pass at me. I use Ovaltine, Listerine, Barbasol, and Musterol, Lifebuoy soap and Flint, so why ain't I got it? I use Coca-Cola and Marmola, castor oil, and a little Mazzola, Playtex and latex, so why ain't I got sex? I use Abilene and Maybelline, Odorono and Sensation, castor oil, a little more sensation, so why ain't I got fascination? Well, I use Mum every day to give myself a cure. I do. Still men stay away, like ivory soap. I'm pure. Oh dear, what can a matter be? And nobody makes a pass at me. Oh, what can that matter be? Nobody's making a pass. No. The world of advertising, thank you folks, is a very strange world, isn't it? I mean, you go out at night, you're afraid to walk the streets at night. You can't breathe the air because it's polluted. You can't eat the food because it has pesticides on it. But for a couple of bucks, you can have 24-hour protection. Where? Under your arms. Go figure. Well, anyhow, the gang from Indiana here yet? Bus from Indiana? Anybody here from Indiana? Anybody ever go to Indiana? All right, folks, we're going to dedicate this song to you.
Nothing's the matter. I'm very happy, actually. See, as an educator, I always get choked up when I can get a chance to combine music and education. Did you know, in fact, that I'm the person who taught people to spell Mississippi with music?
Wait. Are you the guy, like, did you make up M-I-S-S-I?
S-I-S, yeah, right.
S-I-P-P-I? Oh, I learned that way. Did you learn that way?
Very same.
But you're a celebrity. Oh, this is very impressive. I didn't realize that. He is so talented. Do you know something? I learn something every day from Doc here. And you know, why don't we share it with the kids? He taught us what happens when the sun goes down in Mississippi.
When the
sun goes down, the tide goes out, people gather around and they all begin to shout,
hey, hey,
hey, hey, Uncle Doug, trees to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud, trees to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud.
What a dance do they do? Lordy, how I'm telling you. They don't need no band. Take your time by clapping their hands. Happy as a cow, chewing on a cud when the people beat the feet on the Mississippi mud. Lordy, how they play it. Lordy, how they sway it. Uncle Dud, Uncle Jim, pound that mud with vigor and vim. Lord, it really kills me. Lord, it really thrills me. What a treat when the people beat the feet on the Mississippi mud. People beat the feet on the Mississippi mud. Sun goes down, the tide goes out. People gather around and they all begin to shout. Hey, 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 Uncle Dud, a treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. Treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. What a dance do they do? Lordy, how I'm telling you. They don't need no band. Take your time by clapping their hands. Happy as a cow, chewing on a cud when the people beat the feet on the Mississippi mud. Lordy, how they play it. Lordy, how they sway it. Uncle Dud, Uncle Jim, pound that mud with a vigor and vim. Lord, it really kills me. Lord, it really thrills me. What a treat when the people beat the feet on the Mississippi mud. People beat the feet on the Mississippi mud. S-I-P-P-I mud. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the adorable, but not deplorable, and we certainly hope insurable, Miss Betty Boop, or at least a cheap imitation.
Than she was back in the 1920s? Yes, sir. Do you know why? She's in the Thanksgiving Day parade. She's bigger. She's bigger. And she better be insurable because remember the expression, she's knocking them dead in the aisles? You better watch out when you walk the streets on Thanksgiving Day. But Betty Boop attack. Well, without any further ado, I'm sorry.
Whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean, without any further ado? This is my big number now. I deserve a do.
That's embarrassing. Sorry. Okay, let me put it a different way. Ladies and gentlemen, usually this is the part of the show in which we bring to you a man with talent, wisdom, and class. But today we're going to depart from tradition, so here's Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to dedicate and do my impersonation of a gentleman who was considered to be the ambassador to jazz. We all loved him. We all got a great deal of inspiration from him. Ladies and gentlemen, dubbed by the President of the United States as the ambassador to jazz, Mr. Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
Pale moon shining on the fields below. Folks down there singing sweet and low. Oh, I needn't tell you, 'cause I know it's so. When it's sleepy time down south, soft winds blowing through the pinewood trees. Folks down there live a life of ease. How I'd love to see Mammy on her knees when it's sleepy time down south. Oh yeah. Steamboats on the river, they're coming and they're going. Oh, they're splashing the night away. Hear them banjos strumming, the folks are singing. They dance till the break of day. Oh, dear old Southland with its dreamy song. Oh, take me back to where I belong. How I'd love to be in Mammy's arms when it's sleeping time down south. Oh yeah, God bless you.
Okay. You do deserve a lot of due. That was really good. He's a really nice guy. We've been working together for over 20 years, and I have to say, he's really swell. But something about he gets married, married. And I don't understand. You just told me something a little backstage. This last marriage wasn't your fault?
No, the last marriage wasn't my fault. It was a mistake, really.
Okay.
You see, I had a little too much to drink in New Orleans, and what I really meant to say was, will you carry me?
Oh, okay. All right, I get it. Well, anyway.
But things are going real well for me now.
Why's that?
Oh, I have a lovely woman, lovely, attractive woman. Very attractive. She's got a lot of money. Yeah. As a matter of fact, she said to me, she said, you know something, honey? She said, would you still love me if I didn't have all that money? And I said, honey, of course I'd love you. I'd still love you if you didn't have all that money. And I said, I'm going to miss you, too.
Okay, well anyway. What a guy. We're going to do something now, folks. Anybody hear about the Ziegfeld Follies? Of course you've heard about it. Well, we're going to do our own version of it, but this number that I'm going to share with you, this is an absolutely, truly true story. It sounds like a fantasy, but it isn't. But I've asked Charlie to assist me. What we need now are 5 volunteers. I know Mary's here someplace. You've been volunteered. Okay, Mary, come on. Oh, good, she was alive where I was going to call her anyway. Now we need 4 more people. I gotta say, it's always fun when 5 people rush up here on their own. And it's so much less messy when than if we have to kick you screaming and blood in. How about it, sir? Oh yeah? Oh good, you come on up and tell us about it. Come on. You just gotta ring a bell. Tommy Dorsey. Come on, say it. Tommy Dorsey and Jimmy Dorsey were his neighbors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
We're in Pennsylvania?
Come on. Okay, you're on the stage anyway, right up here. Might as well stand up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no, come on. 1, 2, 3. Come on, kids. Who wants to get home on time? Everybody's pointing. All right, let's go. She's the hell of the group, they said. So, I'll let her down. Okay. That's enough to have a good time. I gotta tell you, I heard this story. This is about my neighbor. It's absolutely true. Now gather around. I've got a story to tell about a Manhattan lady that I know very well. She lived at 5 Riverside. Her name was Shirley DeVore, and she traveled around the world to meet the guy from next door. Well, there was trouble inside apartment 2090 because Shirley's mother and dad were as upset as can be. They said, "We hate to complain, dear, and we don't want to grouse, but you're almost 35. You should get out of the house. You gotta ring them bells. You gotta ring them bells. You gotta really ring them bells. To admit. And she had never been loved, which didn't thrill her a bit. And so she sat and she thought. She thought for hours on end. She said, "I'll go to Chase Manhattan where I got me a friend." And so she borrowed some dough and called TWA and told her mother and dad that she was up and away. She said, "I'll travel the world and in a year, maybe two, I'm gonna hurry home a guy. If it's the last thing I do." Choreography. You gotta ring them bells. You gotta ring them bells. You gotta ring them bells. They are great. They were great. We didn't rehearse with them, I swear. She met a Londoner there, but they did not hit it off, because every time she approached, he got bronchial cough. And so she went to Madrid and made a handsome senor. But he liked to throw the bull, and he was no matador. She also bombed out in Brussels and New York and Rome, till someone said, "Try Dubrovnik, dear, before you go home, because it's a kind of a place where you'll be likely to fall. All the rich and famous people find the Balkans the ball. You gotta ring them bells. You gotta ring them bells. You gotta sing and really ring them bells. I swear this is the best group yet. Amazing, amazing. And so she went to Dubrovnik, this part you won't believe, on her very first day. She met a guy on the beach who took her reason away. Yes, it was love at first sight and quite a beautiful scene. She said, "My name is Shel Devora." He said, "I'm Norm Saperstein." She said, "Are you from New York?" He said, "That can't be denied. I got a swell little pad at number 5 Riverside." She said, "What? Wait, what? 5 Riverside? 5 Riverside, like 5 Riverside Drive? New York, like right by the Hudson River, the other side, New Jersey? That's where you live? That's where I live! Get out of here!" As if that wasn't enough, because Shirley thought she'd gone deaf. When he told her his apartment there was 29F. Yes, she was E, he was F, and they had not ever met until she traveled the world to Yugoslavia, yeah. He'd always been right next door, and she would never have known if she hadn't tried Dubrovnik. She would still be alone. Well, there's a moral to tell of little Shirley DeVore, who had to travel the world to meet the guy from next door. You girls who live in apartments, don't just stare at the walls. Open up the doors and hurry out in the hall. And right foot, gentlemen, ring that bell, ring that bell. Betty Boop. Gladys, great. Mary. You're Mary. I heard all about you, Mary, in the ladies' room. Thank you. That was so much fun.
Street. Wait, I'm not done yet. Is the street where the always meet down in New Orleans. That's the land of dreams. You'll never know how nice it seems, how much it really, really means. I'd come on to Basin Street. Aren't you glad you came with me? Down the Mississippi. A heaven on earth, it sure to be. Way down the river, down in New
Great, that was great. Oh, I love the songs from New Orleans. Anybody ever had a chance to actually go to New Orleans? Yeah, wasn't it great? When I was a kid, I just always loved that Dixieland jazz, and I thought, if I can get there once in my lifetime, I will be fulfilled. Well, I've been fortunate because I've been there 5 times, and 3 times I sang with a band from New Orleans called the Crescent City Jazz Band, and that was such a great excitement for me. But I have to say, singing with a great band was nothing compared to the thrill I felt 3 times when I was down there. And ladies, I have to tell you, I wasn't even looking for it. It just happened. It came to me. He came to me, this man with a black mask. Masked man asked me to slow dance, and I tell you, friends, ladies, if you get that opportunity, don't say no, because life is not a dress rehearsal. Just thinking about him now, oh my gosh, I always get this kind of feeling. With dragging heart, brain reeling. What's the matter? Here's the matter. Well, here's the thing that's really wrong with me. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? To miss it each night? tall sugar pie, that old pie, the mockingbirds used to sing. I'd like to see that old lazy Mississippi hovering into spring. The moonlight on the bayou, a Creole tune that fills the air. I see that old magnolia in bloom. I'm wishing I were there. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? Well, that's where I left my heart. Well, there's one thing more. I miss the one I care for more than I miss New Orleans. Photo opportunity. I'm sorry, I just remembered we were supposed to sign a release for we don't have special insurance for today, and I don't know, I think I have to send the doctor out there just to check out, because she's got her adrenaline going, but I think her mojo is overworking. I'm not really sure. Could you check and see that? Okay. It's okay though. He says her chest is a little swollen, but she'll live. Oh, she's got arthritis of the hands. Oh, I'm sorry. But she'll live. The main thing is more than I miss New Orleans. Gosh, that brought back a lot of great memories. You know what? I always know this song. Oh yeah, you know, I had this backwards and forwards. I knew the show. Every once in a while, I used to have a photographic memory, but every once in a while now I forget to take the lens cap off. But I was coming here. I live in Paramus. I don't know if anyone is from Paramus. Are you from Paramus? Oh, did I mention my name? By the way, I introduced everybody. I said my name. I'm Betty Comora. Oh, a name that will be seen in lights in Paramus. 6 Crest Drive. Anyway, I come always through Jefferson Township and I pass the diner, which is, I guess, the way you come. And so I stop there quite often. This morning on my way, I stopped there and I said to the waitress, I'd like a couple of gooey eggs, some burnt toast, and cold coffee. And the waitress says, hey lady, I can't give you that. And I said, how come? You did yesterday. Anyway, generally speaking, it's a nice diner, so way of apology, I'd like to do this little tribute to the folks at the diner.
Dinah, is there anyone finer in the state of Carolina? If there is and you know her, show her to me. Dinah, with her Dixie eyes blazing, how I'd love to sit and gaze in to the eyes of Dinah Lee. Every night, why do I shake with fright? Because my dynamite changed her mind about me. Dinah, with addicted to China, I would hop an ocean liner just to be with Dinah Lee.
Is there anyone finer in the state of Carolina? Well, if there is and you know her, baby, show her to me. Dinah, 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 with her Dixie eyes blazing. How I'd love to sit gazing to the eyes of Dinah Lee. Oh,
Every night, why do I shake with fright? Because my dynamite changed her mind about me. Dinah, if she wandered to China, I would hop an ocean liner just to be with Dinah Lee. Dinah Lee.
oh, thank you. I really love this harmony. You know, this close harmony, the closer the better. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go slip into something a little more comfortable. The piano bench. Thank you. Well, according to the columnist, a rumor somehow still persists that a certain gentleman and I have named the day, which I must deny. He's rich and handsome and gallant and everything a gal could want. But I've learned my lesson. Anyhow, I like the way I'm living now, 'cause I'm a one-ticket gal. I'm as free as a breeze. I go where I want. I do what I please. When I go out at night, I've got all the keys. That's 'cause I'm living alone, and I like it. Well, if I want to go out and I want to play a little gin, I come home when I want. And when I come in, there ain't no hubby yelling at me, "Where the hell have you been?" 'Cause I'm living alone, and I like it. You know, I'm a single bed, one pillow mom. And there ain't no papa sober or stewed who'll come home late and shake me, nudge me, wake me, and make a little whoopee if I ain't in the mood. Feeling a little frisky. If I'm feeling a little hot, then I go call one of them tall, dark and handsomes that I got. And if it costs me a 20 or a 50, so what? I'm living alone, and I like it. And that's Sophie Tucker's philosophy. So, thank you. I got a date in the back room, but the guys will keep you happy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a woman who is a star of stage, screen, and wireless. A woman who in London drew a line 3 blocks long. Then they took the chalk away. A sophisticated lady.
Washboard woman, rhythms in my hands. You know I play around with any willing bands. Now you may tap your feet to a syncopated beat, but I go rat-a-tat, bang on this and like a cat in heat. The whistles for that tootsie train. I blow the duck call when I feel insane. Now you just sit and listen, but I'll tell you what you're missing. Playing washboard is like laundering your brain. Here goes. The whistle's for that tootsie train. And I blow the duck call when I'm feeling insane. You just sit and listen, but I'll tell you what you're missing. Playing washboard is like laundering your brain. I really mean it. I'm washboard woman, rhythm is my game. Thank you. I know I can tell by some of your faces out there, you're thinking to yourself, oh, if only I could do that. If only I could make $1 million like she does by playing the washboard. Well, I tell you, this is your opportunity. Everybody has their mission in life. I sincerely believe that. And I feel I was put on the earth here to put a little joie de vivre into your boring, humdrum little lives. And so, folks, anybody ready to make a career change? Anybody? Anybody want an excuse to hang around with some really cute musicians, some really nice guys, musicians? Well, I mean, it's really, this is the time for you because you're not going to find this opportunity when you go home. So this is the place, I'll tell you, it only takes 2 qualifications. You may be shy about it, you may think it takes private lessons and many years to develop the skill, but all it takes is 2 qualifications, and the first is, you gotta have a natural sense of rhythm. I know a lot of you have that because I saw you clapping hands, tapping your fingers. You got that. The second qualification of equal importance is you have to have absolutely and positively no pride. So right now we're going to give you that opportunity, folks. And you know, there's sometimes that I can't make the gig and these guys need a sub. So we have 2 washboards here, and Charming Charlie is going to suit you up in a costume. We just have, I'm sorry we don't have more than 2 washboards, but we need 2 people to come up as fine,
One man,
shiny.
1 woman. 1 man, 1 woman.
We'll take your word for it.
Yes.
1 minute. Okay, Charlie, drag them up.
All right, yeah.
Party girl Mary. Oh, that's great. No, we can count on her. How about you?
Hey, this guy over here. No.
All right. Sure, you're taking everybody's picture. You got to be featured, you know? This is a perfect example of what you can do now. It's never too late to develop a new skill. And this keeps up very much. See that? It's just the right size. And let's see how Mary does. It fits. It fits. It was meant to be. Okay, we're going to do one thing together, and then we'll do a couple of solos. Here we go. We're going to all play together, and then you're going to be featured a little bit. Very short solo, just to show. Just Mary's going home with a lot of money. All right. A deal's a deal. Now, folks, I can see that they have quite a future. You know what you do now? You can't just go home and make something like that, and you have to look for it. It just doesn't come delivered to you. So what you have to do is you get a washboard from the hardware store. You know, nobody uses it for washing no more. And whether you're giants or whether you're midgets, well, you gotta get some thimbles for your digits. Then you're in business, folks. And I gotta tell you, when you play the streets of New York for tips, it can be very lucrative. I can tell you that from personal experience. This is true. Let's see now. Oh yes, let me disrobe because it's... Take off my secret weapon. This comes at a time, this is something that we desperately need now, this part of the act, because we need a touch of class. And so, who said yeah? Too many people said that. And so now, here's somebody who needs no introduction. Well, he knows who he is.
Thank you, Betty, I think, for that wonderfully flattering introduction.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't know when I've been so underwhelmed. But, okay, I would like to do a little something by one of the greatest composers to come out of Tin Pan Alley, Jerome Kern. This was a song which came from a musical that was actually a flop. In 1939, there was a show called Very Warm for May, and I don't think anybody remembers it because it closed very quickly. But this song from the show has become a standard, and it's perhaps one of the most beautiful songs ever written. This is All the Things You Are.
really was beautiful. That elevated up us into, I guess we reached normal, possibly. But no, that was a really lovely rendition. And so now, so what are you doing, Tubby? What? I forgot, I'm sorry, I forgot to feature Tubby. This is part of the show, and oh my gosh, how embarrassing, I almost forgot. Okay. Tubby!
His big number.
Okay, we have something, a little bonus for you. Oh, this is great. Tubby has choreographed something for you. Well, actually, he has a special arrangement. He's a very sentimental guy. So anybody out here who is a mother, or anybody out here in the audience who ever had a mother, Tubby has a special song that he's a tribute to you all. Okay. And it's specially prepared for the hearing impaired. Okay. M is for the million things she gave me. O is only that she's growing old. T is for the tears she shed to save me. H is for her heart of purest gold. E is for her eyes with love like glowing. R means right, and right shall always be. Put them all together, they spell That is so touching. Did you get a tear in your eye? I love that. Oh my gosh, that's such a touching song. Leah, I can't believe how the time flew. You know what? We just have one more thing that I request. This is my last request. This is my last request for today, that is. And this can be a win-win situation because if you follow my directions, we get to have a standing ovation and you folks get to go home. So, let me get my boa. Hey. Sorry. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's a tune, a brand new tune, originated down in Dixieland. And Liza Green, that shimmy queen, thinks that it's just grand. And every night with all her might, she does a dance that can't be beat. So when she syncopates and wiggles around, you should hear this baby shout, rock my soul to the middle of joy. Come on now, rock my soul to the middle of joy. Come play it, daddy, don't refuse. Separate me from my weary blues. Hey, sweet boys, syncopate your mama now all night long to the Dixieland strain. Come play it on down, let's do it. and having you perform with us. And I want to thank you folks, very seriously. We thank you for coming because, really, if you folks weren't here, do you know how stupid we would feel doing this show? So, have a good trip home, and I hope you enjoyed it.